dedicated 6 years of their life to signing that dotted line. They trained, they worked, they went to boot camp, they gave up whatever other possibilities they had in life, and they poured all that into this one singular dream.
Without a fallback plan, too.
With the crappiest fallback. There's a fallback plan. It just sucks.
It sucks. But I mean, it's not like if you go to the Marine Corps, and you don't get into the Army, you can still be a pretty awesome Marine.
Yeah, you're a freaking infantryman in the Marine Corps, which is a beautiful thing. And same thing with the Army, special operations. So you don't make it through special forces training. Okay, cool. You're a freaking ground pounder, which is awesome.
I don't have an issue.
The Navy, you don't make it through SEAL training, and if you have the mindset where you want to be some kind of
this guy, he's passing
machine gun toting
and
badass.
He may not have realized he passed
well,
blue
guess what?
phase,
you don't make it through SEAL training, you are literally not going to be a machine gun toting badass at all.
Half dead, sleeping all day.
And that's a horrible,
and you don't need your brain
for these young guys.
But that's that known object's value.
That's their
it's
fate.
Like, it's 3, dude.
And yet,
it's
with
3 blocks.
That fate,
this guy don't know
that
not the Marine value, because it would be completely gassed out.
Background,
it's just ex-prime scouts from being a stonemason,
Division I athletes of every Division I athlete, wrestlers, football players, you name it, swimmers, runners, they all quit.
Up here, we'll do this one.
People that were raised with a silver spoon in their mouth that went to Ivy League schools, they quit. People that were raised in the ghetto with really hard lives, they quit. Some of them make it, some of them quit. Same with the Ivy League. Some of them make it, some of them quit.
Now,
it's a crazy
the total overall glassware, optics, geometry,
and
algebra,
we still don't even
whatever.
understand it. We don't understand.
When we go from
I think the only
psychology
thing we really know is where it came from. That's
to
about
physics.
It.
These are 2 different observations. What gets
Kaufman
real screwed up. Sorry, guys.
And I can't.
What gets real screwed up about this is then frames for frames. My own person to that object I have seen before is not always the same.
2 days. Just to go through this entire
2 days. Your first day in the mill,
cabinet. He kept everything.
and your last day in the mill.
And there was letters. Tons of letters between him, family members, friends.
There will come a point where that bandwidth, like these numbers, real tight geometry, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, prime, it's 1, 2, 3 a prime.
That he invented.
It's compressed.
Nobody really. All the guys that went through it talked about it.
It's a very different type of logs. Now you do the math on this.
After he created Hell Week,
what's the halfway point between 1 and 9 using log 3? You would think 5, right? Nope, 3. Because if it was, it would go to 6.
And all those other scouts and raiders. They established it. All Draper Kaufman
it wouldn't cover that, so it actually wants 3 to be halfway point between 3 and 9, or 1 and 9. That's what math does.
Well, you're just gonna cut out all the stuff.
As a chemist,
like sleep,
or a nurse,
just
2.5 centimeters,
and he did it himself.
4 whatever centimeters.
He creates this. He puts himself through the training.
Put it in the numbers, pack it through.
And he's a terrible athlete.
He's a terrible athlete.
And as long as you do that,
he's a terrible swimmer.
He can't qualify in the area of 0, 1.
For the standards
1 and 2,
that he sets
and
for himself,
2 and X, whatever the end of that limit is here.
He would not be.
But
he would not
mathematically,
for,
it doesn't need to be more than that, but it will be.
And he doesn't.
If the observer is actually physically farther away than
you visited where Omaha Beach.
0.1,
visited
0 and 1 or whatever variable that is.
How is that with the breadth of knowledge that you have when you're down there?
I wanted this one to be the same problem. This is all Parth G, simple relativity.
There's nothing quite like going to the places.
Maybe slightly changed because I got some of his ideal particle stuff everywhere. Particle spin. I like his diagrams.
Future books. I'm never going to write about.
Remember, this is a process, not an NTF. That's one of the most important things I can give you.
There's a weight at Omaha.
I had to change this over to field versus theory. So here's a person. He's walking. There's an object. Now I'm going to give you some person jumping, and this is a beautiful math problem that's out there.
If you should go to the cemetery first,
look out, stick person jumping,
you go to the beachhead,
and you can actually watch them do the draw outs, like you would watch.
Then go to the cemetery. Either way,
like you would watch the ASVAB teacher do. Like there's the right outs. Here's the cool-ons.
There's a
right, you can watch them.
Here's my cool-ons. That cemetery, and it says something.
Here's my cool-ons. Same thing as the algebra or arithmetic.
Don't talk.
Just different. A little bit harder here, obviously, but
listen. Just look.
Log. And, in a way that 3B, 1B did this, so it's super clean. And I actually had to work this one like I worked this one out when I was trying to figure out the ASVAB stuff. So be sure about this level is for preparation. Maybe not the sniper team going through the archives of everything, but yeah, that's kind of what you get doing until you find the end of one of these rabbit holes, and like, that is good enough.
climb down.
I don't need to know Churchill. I really not anymore.
The Germans at the top are cutting ropes, and they're throwing grenades, and they're leaning over the cliffs, and they're machine gunning them off the ropes, and still they came.
AB. To a certain degree, but you're going to want to do the science.
Karnowski.
You're going to want it. One day you're going to ask for this authority, and you'll be glad you got it.
The operation even started.
So we're going to take that stick person, jump in, acting on the floors. Exerted energy on the person. I'm making you invert some stuff. I'm making you take X and do it in psychology. Invert the numbers to numbers. Like, this situation has numbers. This chemistry experiment has numbers, Hutter's prize, intelligence. So does the physics. But they mean very different things. So we're going to take that, jump, and then we're going to imply some momentum behind it.
And how about Fort Pierce?
In the linear direction, right? We're going to change some parts around, make it more complicated before we get to this jump or whatever out of the airplane you're about to kick out, a mouse, a horse, or a Hydron Collider. Whatever's down there, the working jewels, the giants, and the Z-coins, they're all going to be in here because you must. It's a mathematical law of the universe. You must be able to scale math problems to general relativity. Even if it's in special relativity form, we can then generalize it back down to...
It's actually two separate islands. It's an intercoastal island.
Simple relativity.
From the Indian River and the Atlantic Ocean.
Now, again, that's my note. Again, I love it. Awesome stuff, and you can... hopefully let somebody fall into the mometics of this, because it should, right? It's not too far off. We're not being too local about the beach we're on, or what we're doing, or what boot camp barracks you're in, but there it is. And,
humongous, rocks. They have the exact same rocks right there at Fort